only ever saw her as a friend. And the reason she approached me in the first place was simply because that very first night, Shen Haoyu had gotten together with someone else, and the way I looked playing on stage bore a slight resemblance to the one she truly cared about, so to ease her heartache, and partly to get back at Shen Haoyu, she chose me. Over the following years, Shen Haoyu went through dozens of short relationships, and every time she heard he was single again, Bai Ningbing thought about going to him. But before she could even make a move, Shen Haoyu would already be with someone new, and that only deepened her sadness, and so it went round and round. 7 years passed, and we still hadn't broken up, and Bai Ningbing had never given up on waiting for Shen Haoyu to come around. Holding on to something Shen Haoyu once said while tipsy years ago, saying bing bing when I turned 28, if neither of us is married yet, then let's just give it a shot together. What do you say? So every year she would ask him about it, and this year she finally made it to Shen Haoyu's 28th birthday. Looking through the messages on Bai Ningbing's phone, I let out a quiet laugh. In 33 days it would be Shen Haoyu's 28th birthday, and also the date I had set for myself to end things and go home to get married, and seeing that Bai Ningbing had gone into the study. I got up, turned off the light, and lay back down in bed, and I'm not sure how much time passed. But in the dark room, I heard hurried footsteps, and a phone still faintly glowing was placed on the nightstand. Someone lay down behind me, and then everything was quiet again for a long time, until I heard soft and steady breathing beside me. I opened my eyes again and reached over to pick up Bai Ningbing's phone. When I opened the chat, there were just 4 new words saying, "Never forgotten." Such a simple message, but I could picture exactly what she looked like typing it. Probably biting her lip gently. Eyes glued to the screen, carefully typing out a long message and then deleting it. Weighing every word, so afraid her feelings would be too obvious, yet equally afraid they wouldn't be noticed at all. And that kind of careful and guarded approach only ever showed up when it came to Shen Haoyu. And as I thought about it, a bitter smile crept onto my face. She was fixated on that promise about turning 28 and waiting for Shen Haoyu to agree to be with her. I lay there all night with my eyes closed, but never fell asleep. And when morning came, I heard rustling sounds beside me, and I opened my eyes. I said, "Try to get off work early today," and Bai Ningbing was putting on skincare and looked over at me confused and asked what for. After a long pause, I finally spoke up. "Today's your birthday, did you forget?" Bai Ningbing stiffened slightly and then nodded. For the past couple of weeks, all she could think about was the promise with Shen Haoyu about turning 28. She couldn't focus on anything else and had even forgotten her own birthday. Thinking back on the 2 months I had spent carefully planning a surprise, only to have it all be for nothing, I felt a mix of emotions I couldn't quite name, and Bai Ningbing didn't notice the shift in my expression. She just reminded me to keep things simple, and not to go all out like before, because every year I used to put so much effort into throwing her a birthday party, just to make her happy, but she never really appreciated any of it. So hearing her say that, I couldn't help but respond with a hint of self-mockery. The party's already been set up, and everyone has confirmed they're coming. It's too late to cancel now, because I started planning this 3 months ago, back when I still didn't know there was someone else in her heart, and if I had known, I never would have done it. After hearing my explanation, she was quiet for a while and didn't say anything more. She picked up her phone and walked out of the bedroom, and just before she turned away, I caught a glimpse of her slightly furrowed brows, and after I got to the office, I went straight to my supervisor's office and handed in my resignation. And when I came back out holding my resignation paperwork, the whole office went into a frenzy, and they asked, "Xiaofan, you're leaving. Why so suddenly? And do you already have something else lined up? That's so decisive, and don't tell me you're going back to inherit a fortune." Hearing everyone's concern, I set down what I was carrying and smiled lightly, saying, "I'm going to get married." My co-workers all nodded, as if it suddenly made sense, but my close friend Chin Hao came over and asked, "So, your girlfriend finally agreed to tie the knot, and what made her come around all of a sudden?" I didn't feel like explaining, so I just changed the subject.